Our education system is aimed at creating servile workers who do their jobs obediently and never question their higher-ups or make a fuss. The system places importance on behaviors and traits that are congruent to working dutifully in a corporate setting. The Sigma, owing to the fact he has a strong individualistic drive, never fits in well in school and inadvertently reaches a point where he's making bare minimum to pass, and often he also comes up with his own extracurricular studies to keep his mind truly engaged and grow his personality. Other types of men are either fully defiant or fully obedient. The alphas tend to take issue with being restrained and restricted and directed, and it's often mission impossible for them to stay focused in school or get good grades. As for the beta, he dutifully follows all instructions and what is told to do and participate in, never causing friction in his interactions. The beta does well in school from this regard, which lands him some high-earning job, and makes him an enticing prey to women who want him mostly for his money. But the Sigma is largely different. The Sigma combines traits from the two worlds, never liking school but not letting it get under his skin either. He remains rather indifferent. If the Sigma was given an exam and was tasked with answering it, if it goes against his whims or wills, he would likely just mess around with the exam, but if the subject interests him, don't be surprised to find he gets far higher grades than in any other subject. I remember in my high school days, I would erase the questions that I don't like or draw a bear or something as answer to others in classes I couldn't care less if I got low grades for. I eventually dropped out of high school and learning programming. Now, I'm a freelance software engineer. Big title, but the work is easy really. The Sigma, even though he's capable of leading and leading effectively at that, often has hard times coordinating his efforts with others and being in good terms with them. The Sigma often doesn't play well with others or expects peak performance out of them, just as he expects of himself. The setup of K-12 is particularly grueling for the Sigma, because even though he's open-minded and shows strong passion for his interests, the K-12 by nature gathers kids of all intellectual capabilities under one place. The students who just make trouble, others who are too dumb to do basic math in less than an hour, and those airheads who are directed by their genitals more than their brains, are all gathered in one place, and are expected to strike up friendship with the composed and the smart, the frigid and collected. Not all students are created equal. I remember one time in middle school, our teacher bemoaned that stupid students are put together with smart ones. She said, if only they put stupid kids with other stupid kids so we know how to deal with them, and leave those who want to study alone. I thought that was funny. Getting along with these people requires the Sigma to dumb himself down or shed some of his interests to stay up to date with their mindless ones. Most kids in school pursue bottom-of-barrel existence and their life is riddled with triteness. It's difficult to be interested in gathering around them for anything other than playing sports or video games. If you want anything intellectual, they are as intelligent as Biden, which is basically zero. The other problem with school is the higher importance placed on attendance. I've known plenty of Sigma who refused to take some classes in university because they required mandatory attendance. The attendance just amplifies Sigma's abhorrence for school. In some settings where the thing that binds the group together is not sports or video games but study and knowledge, the Sigma will be appalled by how unsophisticated or dull and boring many students are. And caging him to a group where he has to perform being social and feign interest only exacerbates the problem. This is why I'm seeing increasingly that plenty of guys in college actually listen to hours-long podcasts instead of socialize. Are those mainly Sigma? I'm not sure. But I found that interesting. Now, there's an argument to be made about Sigma's arrogance, and all of us are arrogant to some extent. The Sigma can be very ruthless to the social circles where he incurs no benefit. A benefit which he may himself not be able to bring to himself. For example, he may not be educated on the blockchain or minutiae details of World War I, yet when someone brings up these things he should better off know more than Sigma, otherwise he will end up on someone's most hated list. Sometimes, the Sigmas don't waste their time with people who they consider inferior to them. And they often get rid of people who no longer teach them new interesting things. They go from one interaction to another mainly to exhaust the knowledge and tips and tricks of others, and leave once nothing is left. Which makes you sometimes think, are you that good enough to accept only that good enough? Given the fact, they are often introverted. They don't mind the loss of social circles and friends after they consume all their benefits. They are adequate on their own, and so they don't incur much loss, and they subsist on their social circles like this for a long time. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you like it. If you have any suggestions, don't hesitate to leave in the comments section.